Hello everyone, welcome to the TSS. In this class, we are going to study a concept of redirecting. Okay, so what is redirecting first of all? It is actually known by all friends. Usually, if we uh, browse the internet, we are redirecting to different pages, right? Everybody experienced that. Okay, if we click the link, okay, that link will be redirected to the other page. Okay, or based on the user privilege status, he will be redirected to the uh, different sections of the uh, website, right? So if a user has an admin privilege, so user will be redirected to the admin page, right? If user is a normal user and he is without any username and password, he will be shown as a guest user, and resources are shown to him based on his privilege, right? Resources means the content of the web page. All the content will not be shown to the guest users, people who are not logged into the website. And people who logged into the website, those who are having username user account, right, like those users will be shown a more content than the guest user. Okay, so based on the user privilege, he will be redirected to the relevant sections of the website, right friends? Everybody experiences that. We are all experienced that while logging into the web pages, and with different privilege levels, right? Okay, so how we have to accomplish redirecting in our Flask web application. So we need to make use of redirect function and URL underscore for. These two functions we should make use of to accomplish redirecting in the Flask application, right? And let me discuss a little bit about those two functions which is available in the Flask module, friends. We need to import those two functions from the Flask module, right? Those are not inbuilt functions into the Python, but these two functions are built into the Flask application. Okay, right? So URL underscore for function, what it does is, it will accept the name of the function as a first argument and one or more keyboard arguments, each corresponding to the variable part of URLs, and then it will take those two requirement, right? So what are the two arguments which we are going to give? The first argument is the name of the function, and the second argument is the keyword arguments. So that keyword argument should take the variable part of the URL. Okay, and what that function will return means the URL pattern. It will build one URL pattern, right? It was already defined earlier, right? So after seeing the code snippet, you will get an idea, friends. Okay, so I am explaining the theory part first, and then we will go into the practicals, right? And redirect function, the name itself indicates redirect. This function will redirect to the specified URL, right, which will be given as an argument to this function. Okay, so URL for means the name itself indicates the URL for which function URL we have to uh, grab, right? That is what the URL for function is doing, and what redirect function is doing is, it will redirect to the particular URL which is specified by the URL for function. Okay, so at present you may be getting confusing. This topic may be confusing. Let me show the code snippet, and you will get a better understanding, friends. Yeah, here is the code snippet. Let me explain this. So this is normal, which is important. I am highlighting with the red color here. So first we need to import these two functions from the Flask module, friends. From Flask, import Flask. This is a Flask main application, and this is two functions built into the Flask module. Okay, then we had defined one normal, I mean one normal root as slash admin, and we will define one function. Whenever user visits this URL, this function will be executed and it will return admin user, right? So if any user types slash admin in the URL, in the website URL, so he will get admin user as a response. And we have defined another root called slash guest slash. This is a variable part, this is a constant part, which we had studied in the earlier class, friends. Okay, so here if a user types slash guest slash say some uh, some some name, say Sriram, okay, then what user will get? User will get the response as hello. Whatever name we had given here, that name will be substituted here. So we had given name as Sriram, guest slash Sriram. Hello Sriram, you are guest user. It will be returned as a response to the user, friends. And if you give slash Siva, guest slash Siva, then hello Siva, you are guest user, right? Okay, these two we had already studied in the last class. Now what our requirement is, uh, whether the user is a admin user or normal user, we have to distinguish, and then we need to redirect those users based on the privilege to the appropriate content of the web page. Okay, so that part is shown here. So for that we have defined one more root slash user slash name. Okay, so if any user types the URL pattern as user slash name, whatever name it may be, okay, so that name will be supplied to this function as an argument, uh, okay, and then we will distinguish the user based on the name given, right? So if that name is equal to admin, okay, that means user slash admin. If anybody types like this, user slash admin, then what this function will do, the given name will be compared with this condition. If the name is equal to admin, then what? So here comes the important uh, topic of this class. Return what it will return here. A raw strings will be returned to the user as a response, HTML response, but here what it will return means it will redirect to which URL. So it is redirecting to the other URL. Okay, so what URL it is going to return will be supplied by URL underscore for function. Okay, URL underscore for, and in the parenthesis what is the argument we had given? Admin user. URL for, okay, in the last class what we have studied, URL for function takes the function name as an argument. Which function? Admin underscore user. Admin underscore user function is where? Here, admin underscore user. Okay, so admin underscore user URL pattern is what? Slash admin. Okay, so slash admin will be supplied inside this redirect function. Okay, URL for admin underscore user. So what this URL for a function is doing, it is taking admin user function name and then what is the URL for admin user, that is slash admin. Okay, so URL for returns the slash admin here, and then redirect function will redirect to slash admin, right? And what it will return totally, it will take the user to execute this function admin underscore user, because slash admin is the ultimate URL based on this condition, right? So the user will be redirected to the, from this function, from user function, the user will be redirected to the admin underscore user function based on this URL, and the return response is admin user, friends. Okay, and if the supplied name is not an admin, then to which part of the section the user is redirected, that is specified here. Else return redirected, same mechanics, URL underscore for, this time we will directing the user to which function, guest underscore user function. Guest underscore user function, where it is, here it is, guest underscore user. So guest underscore user URL is what, slash guest slash, it has variable part also, right? So we need to supply this variable part also. This variable part we are supplying the name. Okay, this name we are supplying as a second argument. Okay, guest is equal to name, right? Because we are defined it as a guest, that's why we are particularly specifying guest is equal to name, right? So then if the user is not an admin, if the user types user slash some other name other than admin, then simply what it will do, it will redirect to the guest user function, and this string will be printed out. Okay, so this is the bottom line of the class, friends, how we can achieve redirecting to the different sections of the web page based on certain conditions. Okay, we will make use of redirect and URL for function. Okay, friends, right? Now we will execute this code snippet inside the Visual Code IDE. So I had already, I'm not typing all those things because of video length. I'm trying to make a short videos as much as possible, and that's why I am explaining the code snippet in detail in the PPTs, and then I am executing the same code here, because if I am goes on typing all those things, because I'm generally my typing is slow, so that's why I'm copied everything, and so this is whatever code snippet I have shown there, it is here. Okay, so now let me restart the server. Control save, it is restarted. Okay, friends, now I am opening 127.0.0.1 colon 5000 slash what. Let me explain. If the user gives slash admin, what function it will execute, this function will execute. Let me check that one. Step by step we will go. Slash admin. Okay, what response we are getting? Admin user. Cross check. Yeah, so slash admin is typed in the URL. So this function is executed and return the admin user as a response. Now let us check this pattern whether it is working or not. Slash guest slash, this is variable part. Okay, slash get slash say Sriram, then what it should give, it will take that variable part as an argument here, and it will supply to inside the function, and it will return this response. Let check that. What is the URL? GUST guest. So up to this it is a stable part, constant part. Varying part is after sorry, after guest, right? I am giving it as Sriram. Okay, Now what response we are getting? Hello. This is the name which we had given as a part of URL. That Sriram is substituted here. Hello Sriram, you are guest user. Now let me check with Shiva. Yeah, this is Shiva, and this Shiva in turn substituted here as an argument underlying with to the underlying function, and the response is returned, right? So this is the name we are supplying in the URL, like Sriram and Shiva. That content is given as a keyword argument to the function, and then it is returned. And you can do lot of things in the function body. We are, because it is a very simple Flask application, we are not doing any type of processing, any type of calculations, right? Any type of logic in the function body. We are simply returning that keyword argument to the end user, like this, right? Now these two patterns are working, okay? And let me check the main pattern, this root user and name, okay? So what should we get? If any user types user slash any name other than admin, then what it will do? It will redirect to the guest user, because it is not admin, okay? If user types user slash admin, then the name here, it is compared with this condition. Yeah, the name supplied is the admin, so this particular URL will be redirected to this. For what? For what function URL? Admin user. Admin user is where? Here. So admin user URL is what? Slash admin. The slash admin will be substituted here, okay? Total URL for function will return this slash admin, okay? And this redirect function simply will take the control flow to the this root decorator, and then this function will be executed, right? So at present this is somewhat confusion, but on close observation you will get the things, friends, things understandable to you, okay? So let me type the URL pattern user slash say let us first try admin, okay? I am giving URL pattern user, and this is the constant part and this is the variable part. I am giving the variable part of the URL as admin. What should be the response? Because I am the admin, I have to redirect from this function to what function? Admin user function, right? So admin user function, you have to redirect it to the admin user function. We need this particular URL, okay? From this URL, from user slash admin, right now we are giving this URL, it will automatically taken us to this slash admin. Let me check that one. So please observe this URL pattern, it will change, okay? Yeah, so this is the admin user as a response we are getting, and the URL also we are jumped from slash user slash admin to slash admin URL, right? We are redirected from user slash admin to slash admin, as and the corresponding URL pattern function is executed, and then the response we are getting, right? So slash admin URL is mapped to this function, and we are getting the admin user as a response. Let us check differently. User slash I am giving as Sriram. Now user slash Sriram, then what will happen? Let us see. So hello Sriram, you are guest user, and please observe the URL. Now we are jumping from user slash Sriram to guest slash Sriram, okay? It is redirecting us. Hello Sriram, you are guest user, okay? So underlying functionality is user slash Sriram. The Sriram name is compared with the condition here, because the Sriram is not admin. So that's why this condition is false. Then the control flow will come to the else part, and the else part will return what? Will redirect that this URL to the which URL? Which URL means the URL is supplied by URL underscore for function. So to the where guest user function. Guest user function URL is what? Here, and it will take uh, the URL variable part also. That variable part is supplied by the name, which is Sriram. So the Sriram is supplied here, the guest, and then the defined functionality will be executed, friends. So that's why Sriram, hello Sriram, you are guest user. And let me check with user slash say Siva. And now please observe the URL pattern. User underscore Siva is what we are typing here, but it is redirecting us from user underscore Siva to guest underscore user slash Siva is what the URL we are typing into the web browser address bar, and this URL, from this URL we are redirecting to some other URL, right? So please observe this URL pattern. Enter. So from there we came to where guest slash Siva. Okay. So these mechanics, this backend mechanics will be controlled by this redirect and URL functions, right friends? Okay. So the beauty of VS Code is if we place your mouse pointer at the on the function, it will generate the its doc strings and the syntaxes, its usage, everything. You can study all those things. So what redirect function is doing, return a response object, right? So like that. Okay friends, so this is it. In this tutorial we had learned how to redirect from one page to the other page based on the certain conditions, friends. Okay friends. Okay, in the next class we will discuss some more topics. Till then, bye bye. Yours Veera signing off. Thank you for listening.